Well. Things are happening in the crypto markets today. Is it over? Is the correction over? Are we so back? It reminds me of one of my favorite memes. I don't know. This one just makes me lol every time. In the midst of it so over, I found there was within me an invincible. We're so back. It's like that in crypto sometimes, man. Things just change so damn fast around here. It's absolutely nuts. And it's funny, actually, just before we hopped on the stream, I was trying to find a password for an old wallet. And that's in like the big password book. And I was going through that and just looking, man, all the crap that's come through over the time, all the blockchains I haven't used in like years, all the experimental tech that I tried out back in the day that just hasn't survived. Crypto, man. It's pretty crazy. Makes you realize when you're looking at all the hot new things of today, the coins that everyone's talking about, everyone's aping into, and oh my gosh, new paradigm money. And 9 times out of 10 in 5 years' time, nobody's even going to remember the name except for you guys who've been around here now and the OGs, right? In the space. Anyway, let's talk about the price of Bitcoin. Big things happening in the markets today. Look at this. From fear to euphoria, all in a 24-hour period. Interesting, we saw the price get down to $60,000 overnight. Now, we didn't quite get that 50-day EMA retest, but was pretty damn close. Good enough? We'll see. Right now, we're at a very, very critical price level. Now, technically, I'd like to point this out. Technically, we just had a bullish engulfing candle on the daily for Bitcoin. Usually a pretty good sign, showing strong momentum coming back into the market, but that has blasted right up into an area of price resistance. So you really want to see the next daily candle try to catch a bit of steam here, move us over the $68,500 range approximately. That would be a nice thing to see without a doubt. 46 and 2 is 10x the new paradigm of money. Back in the day, huh, man? Back in the day. I remember using the 10x card. I got that back in the day. It was actually useful, but the crypto.com card is way better. Anyway, we're digressing. Lots of shit coins we've seen go over time. Crypto, man. Anyway, nice bit of strength showing here today on Bitcoin. Definitely like to see that. Of course, a lot of that's with the Fed. We got a bunch of stuff to break down here, from what's going on with the Bitcoin ETFs to the Fed. Big Ethereum news, by the way. Big Ethereum news. A few other altcoin stories for you as well. We'll be diving in here. And of course, as always, guys, get into your questions second half of the stream, okay? Goji says, Lark, stop with the clickbait titles. I've lost all sense of reality, man. Asking, is it over? Is this correction over? Well, I don't know. I feel like that's not a clickbait title, but I guess I'm wrong. Anyway, doesn't matter. Hope you guys enjoy the video, regardless of what kind of title or thumbnail I put on them. I feel like I've lost sense with reality of what is reasonable or not on YouTube. Anyway, the price of Bitcoin. Key zone. We'll watch out for that. Coins right across the board had nice bounces back. It's interesting to look at like Ethereum, for example, because Ethereum actually went down 25%. And in spite of the bad news today for Ethereum, which we'll get to in just a few minutes here, pumping with everything else. Now, is that enough? We had a 25% correction for Ethereum. For Bitcoin, we saw a total 17.5% correction. Maybe that's enough. However, if we don't see Bitcoin rallying here, what we are risking is a continuation of the downtrend, because until we get over that level, all this could end up being is another lower high, aka the downtrend is continuing. So we need to see bulls step up their energy here a little bit and get us over this zone right here on a nice, strong daily close with a bit of volume behind it. Would be more convincing, of course. Ethereum, 25%. Is that enough? Hard to say. Well, it is a big retest right here, I'd like to say, of the 50-day EMA for Ethereum. That is in of itself a pretty good indicator to show that, hey, maybe enough is enough. Maybe it even consolidates down around this level for a little while before really blasting off higher. Still, though, nice to see these retests coming in. It almost makes me paranoid when we don't get one of these retests every once in a while. So it's actually a healthy thing for the market. Chart here from Neste pointing out Time to fasten your seatbelt. The price discovery markup starts here, he says. So this is the previous all-time highs, last two cycles. This cycle right now had a bit of price action over that all-time high before a big correction came in. Now, could we be getting ready for the big move up in the coming weeks? Maybe. Let's watch out for it. And of course, sentiment in the crypto market changes at a moment's notice, doesn't it? $62,000 2 weeks ago, new paradigm of money. We're so back. Yes. 62K yesterday. It's over. It's over. Great meme, Coin Bureau. Love it. Hey, so what is freaking everybody out aside from all the macro stuff, the fears around the Fed meeting, which we're going to discover just in a second here? We had $326 million net outflow from Bitcoin ETFs. We've had crazy amounts of money flowing out this week from Grayscale. $1 billion. $1 billion on the 18th and the 19th. It's Monday, Tuesday this week. I'm sure we'll be getting in the number. I've already seen some preliminary estimates for the numbers from today for the Grayscale. So it looks like almost $1.5 billion in 3 days exiting Grayscale. That's a lot of money, right? It's hard for the market to absorb that, even with the general positive vibes we've been seeing recently. And you got to look at the numbers for like BlackRock and stuff. Yesterday was abysmal, absolutely abysmal. We only had 75 million going to BlackRock, 39 million into Fidelity. And this is something I kept reiterating to you guys that, yes, it's all very, very, very exciting to see wild amounts of money flowing into these Bitcoin ETFs where we have like the $1 billion day. We had $1 billion day on the, what was that? The 12th last week. Crazy. And then this week, all those guys who bought high last week are probably questioning their life decisions, of course, because they bought at 72, 73K on that $1 billion day. Now inflows have dropped by 90%, and we're going to see this. It's not going to be a static thing where every day is $500 million consistently. No. We're going to have days where we have $1 billion. We're going to have days where we have barely $100 million of inflows. In fact, there'll be outflows from Grayscale until Grayscale is finally done puking its guts out, which could take months still, even at these rates. Okay, so food for thought. Food for thought. Andrew Kang here pointing out first wave of ETF flows starting to taper off. Think these come back in mid-April after sales teams are cleared to sell again, but maybe some near-term pain until then with the lapse of buying and leverage unwinding. Yeah, that BlackRock inflow yesterday, only $75 million. Again, one of the slowest days in a very, very long time. We haven't seen that kind of low volume since early February, right? Most BlackRock days have been in the hundreds of millions. So there you go. Guys, real quick before we dive into the big Ethereum news, and this is big Ethereum news and the big Fed news as well. If you are a trader, check out Bybit, guys. They're doing a March Madness right now. Basically, you can get a free $500 trading position. That's a BTC USDT 10x trade for free when you sign up and fund your account. And if you fund with $500 or more, you'll get a $50 cash bonus on top of that, as well as the usual trading deposit bonuses and fee discounts. You use the link down below in the description. Check it out if you are a crypto trader. Okay, Fed meeting. Part of the reason why Bitcoin pumped back up today, people are excited about what the Fed said. So, real quick, thanks, Jessica, for the notes here. I ain't got time to watch that crap, man. But I'm glad that people on X do, and they give us the notes for it. That's fantastic. The Fed kept rates unchanged at 5.5%. This is the fifth meeting in a row the Fed has left the rates unchanged. Higher for longer is here. You're living it right now. 2, the Fed dot plot shows that the Fed still expects to cut rates 3 times in 2024. Okay? So it's coming. It's coming. They're still thinking we're going to see lots of rate cuts happening this year. The Fed's statement repeated waiting for greater confidence on inflation before cutting rates. With recent inflation data coming in hot, we could see, again, higher for longer. Dollar tumbles, bond yields plunge, stocks rally, gold actually surging to $2,200 today. My gold bags are going to the moon. Woo! About time they do something. Crazy stuff. Of course, stocks doing great, Bitcoin doing great on this news. So markets like it. Markets like it. More certainty that, hey, yeah, rates are high, but screw it. Just keep pumping everything. That's great. Now for some bad news. The SEC apparently pursuing legal campaign to classify Ethereum as a security. Yikes. Yikes for a variety of reasons. Now, I don't think they're going to win that case. I mean, come on, dudes. If XRP is not a security, no, Ethereum is not a security. Are they going to try to argue that staking cryptocurrencies makes them a security? I guess. I don't know. That has wild implications, of course, but is stupidly dumb beyond belief. And the SEC will lose in court, but they don't, for them, it doesn't matter if they win or not. They're happy to waste taxpayer money and waste everybody's time and screw markets and screw you in the butt, essentially, with your investments. They don't care. They don't care. For them, they get to just have the appearance of, see, look, we're doing stuff. In spite of the fact that basically every single thing the SEC has done has been smacked down in the courts. Relentlessly smacked down in the courts. It's embarrassing at this point, and yet they keep trying. They keep trying. Eleanor Tourette saying more info on the investigation into Ethereum. According to a person at a company who received a recent subpoena request, the SEC's probe of the Swift-based Ethereum Foundation began shortly after the blockchain shift to a new governance model known as Proof of Stake in September 2022. Big implications for all Proof of Stake blockchains. If they were to win, I don't think they're going to even come close to winning, but they're going to screw around with everybody for a while just because they can. Scott Johnson saying, I'll have some thoughts on this, but I do think this relates to the ETF along with Coinbase, Binance enforcements. The SEC has been in an untenable position for some time with its position on Ethereum. This is IMO either an attempt to maintain its ambiguity for just a bit longer, to screw everybody over. Obviously, there's no real reason for them to try to maintain ambiguity. Who are they helping? They're not doing anything to help protect investors or maintain orderly markets. They're just screwing people. That's all they do. Remember, the SEC is not here to protect you. The SEC is here to protect the banks from you, right? Or he says second is the SEC is going with the nuclear option, which, again, it will be smacked down in court, but they might be trying to really, really go down that route. I just remember the court hearing where one of the senators or congressmen was holding Gary's feet to the fire and saying, can you just save Ethereum's a security? And Gary's like, shaking and stuff. Like, he knows it's not a security. The SEC, man. Not that the markets cared today, but still, it's some BS. James Seifert, ETF analyst, he says, to be clear, Scott and I are both staunchly in the camp of the SEC has implicitly accepted Ethereum as a commodity multiple times over the last 5 years. It's true. Multiple statements from the SEC already counting Ethereum as a commodity. If they were really to try to push it as a security now, that would be, yeah, even going against their own public statements. He says, undoing those implicit moves at the nuclear option and that many others are referring to, it seemed unlikely to me, but we'll find out soon enough. My instinct is still that the SEC won't go down this road. I don't think they'll open up Pandora's box. That said, the SEC doesn't need to open up the box to stop ETFs from listing in May. There's a middle ground where they can meaningfully delay things without going nuclear. So all of this says it looks pretty damn unlikely that we're getting Ethereum ETFs anytime soon, unfortunately. Why? Because apparently, I don't know, BlackRock's not done stacking or something, man. Crazy shit right there. The fact that basically they have not been talking to Ethereum ETF applicants like they did with the Bitcoin applicants. And of course, now we're only 2 months out. So now it's the time to be talking to them. They're not engaging with them at all. They're stonewalling them like they did previously with Bitcoin ETF applicants. Why? It's a fascinating situation. But it's happening. That's the way things are playing out right now. Andrew here pointing out, crypto people wrongly think that the court defeats matter to Gary Gensler. They don't. He's happy to roll the dice and see what happens in court. He would rather go down as the cop on the beat going after ETH, win or lose. He wants to be seen to be doing. He wants to be seen to be doing. And that's it. Which basically means that all the regular investors and anybody else, well, you just end up getting screwed over, don't you? You know what? They're not here to help you. They're not helping you, right? Very much the opposite. They're just screwing people over, unfortunately. So it's annoying that this is what they are doing. But it is what they're doing. It is what they're doing. You know, I just don't even know what the hell's going on in these markets anymore. Why does the SEC have to behave like this? I don't even know. You know, it is pretty funny, though. I can't find the headline here real quick, but apparently Coinbase applied for Dogecoin, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash futures ETFs. Quietly, nobody mentioned it. Nobody caught up on it. Nobody saw it. Everybody kind of missed it actually happening, which is pretty funny when it actually comes down to it. But here we go. Here we found a tweet here, just to give you guys a reference point here. But so they filed this like a little while ago, and here's the thing: if they are successful, and so far this it's to the CFTC, so far they haven't had an objection, and we're running up pretty close on the deadline here. So maybe we start seeing Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Dogecoin futures going live on Coinbase for U.S. markets. All right. Rock and roll, man. Hey, good news for Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash fans. There's finally a use case for these things again. Of course, Doge is the new paradigm of money. We all love Dogecoin. Obviously, Doge is the best meme coin. But interesting. You'll get futures contracts. Oh, but you won't get ETFs, will you? Not when Gary's around. Gary. He's already done enough for the crypto industry by giving you a Bitcoin ETF. Is Gary Gensler just like a secret Bitcoin maximalist who just hates altcoins? Maybe. That'd be quite funny if he was, but maybe. Anyway, hey, here's some interesting news for you. Check this out. Solana ecosystem has become the dominant blockchain ecosystem of the year. Pump my jute bags. Woo! Jupiter. Hey, guys, always, if you want to see my current crypto portfolio holdings, if you want to see my venture investments, any other conflicts of interest you might have, check it out. Link in the description on YouTube, pinned comment on X. Of course, crypto investing is risky. You can lose all your money. Also, risk statement there for you as well. So, very interesting. 49.29% of global ecosystem traffic went on Solana. Ethereum, 12.7%. I'm almost surprised at 12.7% on Ethereum, considering how disgusting the fees are. BNB chain, down to 5.3%. It's quite funny because BNB chain was like the thing last cycle. Now it's like, whatever. Avalanche, come on, I need to step it up here, man. We need some more memes on that chain. 3.89%. It's interesting, really, to go down here and see, well, what people are actually doing, what they're actually using. Look, any of those numbers can change real fast. I just want to say, like, Injective or Phantom, for example, those could pump up real fast. They're both pretty hyped coins, relatively. And if we get a bit more inflow into the ecosystems, boom, you see it really take off. But I think anybody who's saying that, trying to fade Solana right now, it's a losing bet, man. It has, for better or worse, captured the real interest of retail investors who, for better or worse, I know they're aping it on memes, but memes are the gateway drug into crypto, man. First they buy memes, then they buy some gaming tokens, then they red pill on some DeFi bullshit. And before you know it, they're totally hooked, man, and they're never going back to the regular financial system. They're ours now. Hey, but I know it's very exciting right now for everything happening on Solana, but I think it would be a mistake to discount everything happening on Ethereum layer 2. ZK Sync's getting a lot of hype. Arbitrum, man, I do stuff on Arbitrum all the time. I was just doing some stuff on Arbitrum this morning. Okay, I was selling some of my ARB bags on Arbitrum, but I was still doing stuff over there. Right. Anyway, no, but jokes aside, I do actually use Arbitrum frequently. Doesn't mean I need to own the ARB token, though, because it's not really doing anything. Damn you, ARB token. Anyway, Coinbase is base. It's a nice place to hang out. Some of the cheapest on-chain fees out there right now, even cheaper than Solana. Can you imagine that? Now, what happens when an exchange that has, 120 million people using it and basically makes it a seamless transition to go from the centralized exchange on-chain to pick up degenerate meme coins and stuff like this? Craziness is what happens. That's what happens. Coin Guru here pointing out, stop trying to force base. Base season is for soul missers. There's no good memes on base. Yeah, man. Shilling Coinbase layer 2 where normies can directly ape on-chain coins via their native wallet in the mobile app is an absolutely horrible idea, and we should stop it. Obviously sarcasm in the statement here, but it's true. But it's true, isn't it? When you really think about the potential for Base in particular to really take off and coins on Base to really take off because of that close relationship to with the second biggest exchange in the world after BINANCE. Not to be faded. And I feel like I need to go spend some more time on Base. I've played around on Base. I've done some stuff, especially in the early days, but I haven't really been doing much over there recently because I haven't had that much to do. But maybe I really need to go and look at Airdrop more and see if it's worth securing a bag of that or not, and maybe go screw around and buy some Base memes and et cetera, et cetera. Mr. Harry Lazani, where's that comment? Good one. Mr. Harry Lazani saying people do realize that Coinbase is one flip of the switch away from onboarding millions of users onto Base. Absolutely. And this is one of the things we said about Base early on, was that this is going to be one of the biggest mainstreaming events in crypto, because one of the big challenges for people is actually getting on chain. I say, get on chain. I'm scared, Lark. Hold my hand. I don't know how to get on chain. How do I download a wallet? How do I do this? How do I use that? John says, you're telling me that normies are going to know how to bridge to Base and all that jazz. You're missing the point. They're not going to have to bridge to Base, dude. They're going to be able to withdraw directly to Base from Coinbase. There is a direct integration with Base, with the Coinbase app, the Coinbase wallet app, and the Coinbase centralized exchange. It's going to be seamless for people to move back and forth. That's the thing. Yeah, I wouldn't expect people, they're going to get on the Ethereum main chain like a bunch of freaking nerds, man. They're going to go over to like, Rhino or Jumper or some kind of bridge like that, and they're going to bridge over like a bunch of nerds again. Oh, these nerds bridging your money over, paying $50 in gas fees, man. No, man, they're coming straight from Coinbase. This is the thing. This is like the aha moment with Base and bringing money on chain, and the potential to look into Base chain undervalued coins potentially, because maybe I'm wrong in this thesis, but I feel like it's something to pay attention to. So there we go. We're paying some attention to it in today's video. Hope you appreciate the thoughts. Real quick, Render news, in case you guys missed this. Render teaming up with Stability AI, a massive, massive AI company. You love to see it. Awesome stuff. Don't have any Render bags, but I was thinking about buying some Netmind bags. I don't know. Looked into it. There's some stuff I was like, whatever. And Golem, I thought, Golem, okay, man. Golem's coming back. Look at the size of their treasury. I don't know. Feels old. Render's been around for a long time too, of course, but Render's really getting the hype this cycle. And you got to follow what the market is showing you strength on, and that's Render. Now, I have not bought a bag yet. I would like to see a pullback, and I'm going to see if I do add a bag, and that's the decision I'll make on another day. But it's certainly interesting. It's a thought floating around my mind. And look, I got this thoughts about lots of different coins at different times. Doesn't mean I'll definitively pull the trigger in the future. In fact, there's a 50-50 chance I won't. Maybe 60-40. I don't know. But I'm thinking about it right now. If I get a good pullback and I feel like the price is right, then it could be a good big cap to add. Because right now I've got a bunch of low cap AI stuff, high risk, high reward. I've got some private round stuff, private sales. Again, high risk, high reward stuff. Will they deliver? Who knows? Hopefully, right? Will I get my tokens in time for it to matter? Because a lot of these things have really long lockup periods and stuff like that, etc. We'll see. But having exposure to one big cap in the AI space, the DPIN space, could be a good idea if I see the right price. I'm not necessarily tempted right now. Let's see what happens post AI conference, post NVIDIA conference, and see if we see the hype die down a little bit. Can we get a buy the rumor, sell the news, and everything comes down 30, 40, 50% in the AI space over the next few weeks? That would be nice. So we'll see what happens. Hey, real quick, guys, sign up to the newsletter. It's awesome. I know I keep saying it, but it is damn awesome. We are sharing wild alpha here all the time. This is some mega alpha, by the way, shared by DeFi Dad. This is a way to farm the Zero Lend airdrop, the Eigenlayer airdrop, as well as airdrops for like Kelp DAO or Renzo and others. So like very interesting. Go check out the info. We got some great stuff here. course, all kinds of research reports coming out here on a regular basis, whether looking at Ethereum ETFs and stuff like that, all kinds of stuff. We actually have a SWOT analysis here on Coinbase's coin stock and much, much more. So much alpha coming out all the time over here, guys. So definitely go check that out. And of course, the regular newsletter just hitting your inbox. Also, NFTs, airdrops, DeFi, altcoin charts, all kind of stuff. So it's free. It's free. Check it out. Link in the description. Okay, so it's that time. It's that time of the day. Let's talk shop. Crack open a cold one. Oh, yeah. Crypto Queen. I got kicked out of Lark's group for not opening up my emails. Yeah, well, if you've never opened the emails, we just assume you maybe not getting them or something. So we trim our list from time to time. Sign up again. Sign up again. Nothing personal, man. Nothing personal. Just yeah, if you don't open the emails consistently for a long time, then we'll take you off the list because no point in sending dead emails. Okay, where are we up to? I'm going all in on PooCoin. You laugh, but there probably really is a poop coin. There's probably 10 of them. It's silly stuff, man. But it's out there. Kira Network. You know, I was just writing about this about an hour or two ago in the newsletter because I invested in Kira pre-sale back in 2020. I got 5% of my tokens way back then. And I said, okay, I'll take my initials out. Fine. And then the other 95% were supposed to come on mainnet launch. Well, I didn't hear anything from them from a long time. I'd written it off completely. And then a couple months ago, they write and say, hey, would you like to get your tokens? I sure, why not? I guess the least I can then just wrap it up and then get the tokens. Price goes up a bunch. I'm like, I guess this is back then. I don't know. I mean, in theory, they've been working for a while. Good tech, interesting tech niche that they're hopping into that has much higher market cap competitors like Celestia and stuff like that. I don't know. For me, I've been looking at it as sort of feeling where it's like part of me just wants to sell it just to not have some tiny thing sitting around in my portfolio that I don't really care about and I kind of already written off. The other part of me says like, but what if it does like a 10 or 20x? It's just a little market cap thing. And it's like such an asymmetric bet in terms of like, could it go up massively? I don't know. I'm torn on it. Part of me just wants to sell it and buy some more jupe, but then I'm trading like what is the current market cap on that thing? It's pretty low. Definitely not financial advice to go out and buy this. I'm considering selling it myself. So, just FYI here, guys. $24 million market cap coin. So let's sell a $24 million market cap coin to buy a $1.5 billion market cap coin. Hard to say. Hard to say, but the thought has crossed my mind. And the thing is, too, I just don't want to have so many damn coins in my portfolio all the time. It's just a nightmare. So I'm really trying to trim things up, keep things tight in my portfolio, trim some of the fat, some of the things that haven't been moving as much. Okay, here was a great question by Rather Be Sailing. Hey, I like the name of the thing as well. Rather Be Sailing. I dig it, man. Haven't gone sailing in a few years. Need to go out and do that to, go out and enjoy some nice tropical waters. Get a sailboat. It'd be fun. Used to go sailing all the time back in the day with some buddies. Around the sort of islands outside of Auckland. We used to go sailing quite a bit. My buddy had a boat and we just, take a box of beers and just drift in the wind. It was a great time. And one time, this is in Hawaii, is way back in the day. It's funny. We were out sailing with my buddy, and it was this, we were leaving out of, where was it? Out of Kaneohe on the main island in Hawaii. And we were sailing out, and I guess he had sailed out there quite frequently on his little boat and over the reef. And we're coming up to the reef. I'm like, dude, this is way too shallow. You're totally going to hit the reef. He's like, nah, bro, I'm doing this all the time. Don't worry about it. Okay, fine. 5 minutes later, we're on the reef. Somebody comes and pulls us off. Okay, great. And he's like, oh, it was just a one-off. We're going to sail back across. Like, dude, we literally just beached the boat on the reef. Like, what are you talking about? You're crazy. Anyway, so then we, of course, sail back across the reef and get stuck again. This time, even worse than before. Now there's nobody around to help. So we're trying to push the boat off the reef. And anyway, we're pushing for out. We're trying to do some of it for hours, eventually get a hold of Coast Guard, but they're going to send somebody out eventually. And So eventually I do send somebody out to help us, but it's been hours at this point. And it's funny because I had 2 friends with us who had come from the mainland, and they'd never been on a boat before. And this was their first sailboat experience. It's quite funny for me. So there was no real danger, but they were freaking the fuck out, because you're on a boat and it's stuck on this reef and there's waves coming in and all that stuff. Anyway. Yeah. So eventually the Coast Guard guys came. It was like late. It was like 8-9 hours later, but they forgot their GPS. So they got lost. Anyway, but as we're about to hop onto the boat, there's like the sushi there, man. I was like, come on. We got to eat this sushi. Everyone's like, dude, you're crazy. We're not going to eat sushi. I'm going to eat the sushi. Just sitting there nailing the sushi. The guys are like, come on, we got to go right now, man. Get on the boat. And like, no, man. Now we need the sushi. And then we're getting on the boat. And then we're going to go. And then they didn't have the GPS. They were stuck out there for hours more to get back to like midnight. Anyway, we're getting off on a tangent. But yeah, I dig it, man. Sailing's great. So yes, take profit strategies. Stay on task, Lark. Take profit strategy. What's a reasonable take profit strategy? What percent at what intervals? Or is it more profitable to buy and add and just hold till the bull run ends? Risk tolerance. Don't want my ass handed to me. Right. Okay. So there's 1,001 ways, 1,000,001 ways to cut taking profit strategies. Obviously, you want to actually be in profit, but there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Do you need money right now? What percentage of your portfolio is your overall portfolio, not your crypto portfolio, but your overall portfolio? Because I've seen you probably have real estate or stocks or other things. Now, if you're 100% crypto, maybe it's a different equation, but what are you looking for here? And of course, if let's say you have 5% of your total investments in crypto, 95% in other stuff, and you kind of want to stay about 5%. Well, what happens if it gets up to 10%? Rebalance, cut some off. Okay. That's an interesting time to take profits. If you see particular coins getting too big, like, I don't know, you invest in some random shit coin, it pumps 20x. Okay, great. Take some profits. You can now take that money out of the market if you want, or move it up, depending on where we are in the cycle. If you move it up to Solana or Ethereum, for example, you can still get 2 or 3, 4x, for example, on the money that you just got from your shitcoin. Okay. Now, obviously, we all just want to sell at the top when the bull run ends and get the perfect exit and make a bunch of money. Problem is, not most of us are going to do that. Most of us are going to bargain with ourselves when all the top signals are there, and then we will not sell. And then we will watch our investments go down by 99%. So it's better to sell something than nothing. And a solid strategy, once you get to a level with your portfolio or perhaps a particular coin, I find usually it's with the particular coins that you'll see outperform. For example, you have an AI hype or a meme hype or a gaming hype, and then, okay, all my gaming coins are up like massively right now. Maybe I should shave some profits off on those, right? And percentages, man, it's again, totally dependent on you, and it's going to depend on the coin in your portfolio too. For example, maybe Solana is 20% of your portfolio, and you're not going to want to sell 10, 20% of it. Maybe you want to sell 5% of that because you're happier holding on to that longer because it's a lower risk bet. But that altcoin that's up 20x and is like, why is this thing even up 20x? What's going on? That might be one you want to take 30, 40, 50% out or exit the entire position. You can exit entire positions. You don't have to hold moon bags. You can, of course, hold moon bags, and holding moon bags for that parabolic phase can be useful because there will come a time in the market when things will pump like mad. Well, it's happened every other cycle. It's not to say it's guaranteed to happen this cycle, but likely you'll see a massive, massive altcoin season, an irrationally bullish altcoin season where 20 million people come over from Coinbase in a week and go absolutely insane and buy all kinds of crap and prices go to the moon. And then we have a bear market shortly thereafter. The thing to remember is the all-time high price, whenever we hit that, and it's hard to know when we hit that, but the all-time high price is essentially the start of the bear market because it's only down from there, isn't it? Now, technically, the bear market only starts when you get down 20%, more than 20% under that previous high. But, for all intents and purposes, that's when things start going to custard. Now, there's obviously weeks of opportunity to sell at a great price, but watch for all those top signals. If you're wanting to hold more of your portfolio till the end, you can always shave off bits in between now and then. And it actually, for me, every time I sell something, I feel good. I feel like, that feels nice. That feels nice, especially with an old bag. Feels nice. It just feels good. It's not about the profit. It's just about clicking the sell button feels good. It does. Because it's just like, just take a little bit of risk off the table. That's fine. Or just reposition out of maybe an old bag you didn't want or whatever, right? There's a lot of reasons why you click the sell button, but I hope that helps answer the question. I know everybody wants, okay, every time your coin's up 20%, you got to knock 5% off or 2% of the coin off or whatever, right? I know everybody wants like an exact formula. I don't necessarily have an exact formula. Okay. I've got general ideas in my brain, and this is kind of the thought process that I go through. So there'll be some coins I sell earlier, some coins I sell later, holding major positions till late in the cycle. And I hope that I time it well enough. Remember, you're never going to hit the exact top, so don't try. There's no orderly exit from the markets. There won't be somebody saying, okay, it's a safe time for everybody to sell for maximum profits now. No, no, no. In fact, your timeline will very much be saying the opposite. Now, everyone's going to be telling you now's the time to buy, bet more. You're a genius. But that's actually the exact time to sell. So watch for all those famous indicators we're always talking about here. Okay, I hope that helps. We're rambling. Let's get another question here. We're 10 minutes behind in the chat, Lark. Okay. Selling is relief. Yes, it is. I love the sailing story. Yeah, sailing's fun, man. Automatic Beats. Did you sell your EtherFi airdrop? 100%, man. 100%. And actually, I love the EtherFi airdrop. And I can't remember if I was talking to you guys about this yesterday, but I love it, man. I think it's a really good airdrop because, look, I'm going to keep it real. As a total percentage of the Ethereum that I put in, I got like a 5% return on it or something, which is not bad for having it sit there for 3 months. So I got, I don't know, $2,500 or something like that for 12 ETH that I put in. So I'm happy with that. That's cool, man. That's cool. All good. But I like how they took care of regular people, because I got a buddy and he put in 0.1 ETH and he got, which was worth like $200 at the time that he put it in. And he got $550 for his airdrop. So I'm like, yes, that's awesome. Then if that was good, that was his first big airdrop too. So like he felt like he got a win, and I'm really excited. I love seeing that. I love seeing, people get wins, and especially when these airdrops take care of smaller accounts. Like Polyhedra came out, for example, and they just basically screwed everybody to the point where most of the coins aren't even going to be claimed. Like I got 20 ZK tokens from the Polyhedra airdrop, and that's worth $40. And to claim it costs $20 on chain, and to sell it on Uniswap it costs $50, plus the contract approval, which it costs another $20. So in order to have the privilege of selling those coins, I would lose $50 or $60. Bad airdrop. EtherFi was good though. EtherFi is a good one. So hats off to the EtherFi team for doing a good drop. Sean Davis, would you take profits and pay short-term capital gains taxes, or would you hold your high conversion coins to pay long-term capital gains? That's always a tricky question, Sean, because it depends on where you are in the cycle. Let's say you bought a coin 3 or 4 months ago. You're up 10, 20x on it, for example. Market top signals are all there. They're all there. So your question then becomes, well, do I sell it now? I'm going to lock in huge gains. And yeah, okay, the government's going to rob me and take 30, 40%, depending on what country you live in. That sucks. But I'm up 20x, so I'm still going to get 12x gains essentially out of this. However, if I don't sell, I run the risk that I'm going to put in a 99% loss on this during the bear market. So that's always what you have to weigh up. Obviously, if you position yourself now, you have a higher chance that you're going to be able to have long-term capital gains tax when you sell. I still hope that the 4-year cycle largely holds up when we have our cycle peak late next year. Accelerated cycle top could come in late with a cycle peak later this year, which would put you in a tricky position if you just bought your coins recently. Because in that situation, you might want to take the short-term hit on taxes versus trying to get the long-term, right? Because if you have a coin you bought for $10 and you sell it for $100, but you don't sell it, and then it goes back to $20, I bet you'll wish you'd paid the capital gains tax and the short-term tax, right? It's a framework for thinking about it. Captain says, Lark, long-term question. What happens when fiat is no more? Or do we just cross that bridge later? Fiat's not going away, unfortunately. It's just going to morph into something even more evil than its current form. Fiat today is like evil light. The coming central bank digital currency nightmare is going to be the personification of financial evil, essentially. And that's coming. So yeah, you won't have any more of these bad boys sitting around, right? Just got a pile of money sitting on the desk. I do. It's funny. It's use it for props, but it's actual money. Anyway, don't know why it's there. But yeah, paper money will go away eventually, and will be replaced with dangerous digital Orwellian money. So in those situations, it's good to have assets, Bitcoin, stuff like this, because we're heading in a dangerous direction with the whole CBDC thing. And it will come. It's only a question when it comes. Because you have to think like this. You're really telling me that governments are going to give up their monopoly on money? Of course not. It'll just morph into something even more screwed up than they already have. Just like they're not going to give up their monopoly on violence. They've got the armies, they got the guys with the guns, and they got the control over the money. That's how they control everybody. That's the game. What would be the result if you bought $1,000 of every token offered in the iTrust Capital IRA? I think you're over diversifying. You don't need to have, well, they have like, I don't know, truckload of coins listed, right? I know there's this tempting idea like, well, you're going to start like a your own crypto ETF, your own index fund of crypto. Sure. It'd be nice if you just had like a one click, like buy equal amounts of every coin, for example. That'd be nice. But with so many coins, you're probably going to underperform the market, actually. It's better to have a smaller range of coins so you can actually pay attention to what's going on. Too many coins, over diversification, underperformance. Smaller, more concentrated bets, more likely to outperform the market. What's your personal projection for Ethereum within the next 12 months? Is it still a reasonable place to buy now? If I was coming into the market today, I probably would not be buying Ethereum personally, unless I needed some for gas fees. My Ethereum that I've got, I've been holding on to ETH for years, and my average buy-in price like $250-$300 or something like that. So I'm pretty happy sitting on it the way it is, and it was a good deal back then. Looking at Ethereum now at almost $4,000 per coin. What are we at currently here? $3,500 per coin. Okay. You have to be honest with yourself and sort of realistic on, well, what do you want? Now, look, hey, maybe you're bringing in $50 million and you want a $50 million bet in the market, okay? If you're bringing in $1,000 or $5,000 or 10 or 20 or 30, 40, 50, even 100, it's probably better places to get gains than Ethereum. Not financial advice, of course, buy whatever you want, but that would be my thought. Because I'm looking at ETH and going, well, unless you're really looking at using it strategically, which is an option, right? If you want to bring it in, you're going to bring it into Zero Land with like Renzo's restaked Ethereum. So you're going to be farming the Renzo airdrop, and you're going to be farming the Puffer Finance airdrops. You're going to put like 5 ETH in Puffer and 5 ETH in Renzo, and you're going to put both those into Zero Land. So now you're farming the Zero Land airdrop, and you're farming the Eigenlayer airdrops. You're farming 3-4 airdrops, right? With 2 different Ethereum derivative tokens. Well, okay, maybe there's a reason there to hold ETH. And then you get the upside of 3 or 4x returns on the ETH, plus all the potential for those airdrops. So maybe that's interesting. But if you're just going to buy and hold ETH, what are you looking at? 15K ETH? So that's, $12,000 return per coin. So that's not bad. It sounds really great until you realize, well, it's only like 350% returns. It's not that crazy, actually. You would probably be much better off looking a little bit further down for maybe some of the competitors to Ethereum. And you don't even have to take big risks here. Like Avalanche is probably going to outperform Ethereum. Heck, even at this point, Solana is probably going to outperform Ethereum. Just depends on by how much. Not going to dramatically outperform, like 20x outperform it, but it'll probably do double the performance of Ethereum. Look at the strength it's had so far. Just speculation and thoughts, obviously, not financial advice. Okay, guys, one more we'll finish up for today. I realize we're getting a bit long here. Trying to let these run over 40 minutes. I'd ideally not let them run over 30 minutes, but I just have fun talking to you guys. So I hope that you enjoy the chats. Why do I keep dreaming about Quant? Quant, man, I remember who that was it? Crypto Zombie was telling me about this back in like 2018 or something. Like, I'm buying a bunch of Quant, man. Like, all right, dude. All right, rock and roll. And then, of course, he was right. It went up pretty good. I don't know if he's still holding his or not. I haven't talked to him in a while, but what are my thoughts on the Shib token? Not sure it's going to stay the top dog. Well, number 2 dog, actually, because Dogecoin's top dog. You got to understand, Doge is the OG of the meme coin world. And Melissa, I missed your question. Post it up again. There's a lot of questions coming up. Post your question up again, Melissa. Shib is the daddy here of the, Doge is the daddy of the meme coin world. Shib, it's the new competitor, and there's a lot of new competitors coming up in the meme coin space, whether it be Dog with Hat or whatever else. You have to understand, memes largely rise and fall based on hype and momentum. People still trade Shib, obviously, but how much excitement around Shib versus some of these other new ones coming out? Yeah, that's a different question. Trent, we're going to have some more videos coming on using wallets and stuff for you guys soon. I know we've got a whole bunch of beginner content coming out over the next few months, so please keep an eye out for that, okay? We will be bringing up that kind of content for you, all right? Yeah, but man, the meme coin game is very speculative, and buying these multi-billion-dollar market cap memes, I mean, buying Dogecoin is one thing because it's the OG. Any of these other multi-billion-dollar market cap ones, you know, I feel like there's better opportunities if you want to play the meme coin game. I know they're the kind of the memes that made it, but where's the opportunity, right? How much opportunity is left in those? I mean, you're still gonna make money, but if you're chasing the meme coin fantasy of getting huge, huge money, then you want those lower cap ones, okay? That's what you want. You want to get the lower cap ones, all right? All right, guys. I'm trying to look back, try and find one question here. If we can find it or not, I don't know. Don't see it. Okay, I might finish up there for today, guys. Yeah, oh, here we go. Here's Melissa's question. All right, Melissa, what's up? Please say the phrase, my arm bags, man. That's a good place to end it. Thanks, Melissa. You guys rock. Thank you so much. My art bags, man. Yeah, it's it's the pain. We'll see you in the next stream. Peace out.